This talk addresses the question of whether well-matchedness in Euler and linear diagrams has a significant effect on task performance. The concept of well-matchedness relates to whether syntactic items in a diagram structurally resemble the semantics they convey. These four diagrams each express everyone who visited Ukraine also visited Romania. Diagrams A and B structurally resemble this statement, since the circle Ukraine is inside the circle Romania. The enclosure of one circle by another is what we call a meaning carrier. Diagrams C and B, by contrast, do not structurally resemble the aforementioned statement. The circle for Ukraine is not contained by that for Romania. They convey this information through the use of shading, and this meaning carrier is not well matched. Regarding the meaning carriers, they are relationships between syntactic elements that convey true or false information. We can give a more refined view of well-matchedness. A meaning carrier is well-matched if its syntactic structure resembles the semantics it conveys. This paper presents an empirical evaluation that focuses on meaning carriers in Euler and linear diagrams. Specifically for Euler and linear diagrams, we address the following research questions. Do diagrams with only well-matched meaning carriers significantly improve task performance over diagrams with some non-well-matched meaning carriers? Do diagrams whose meaning carriers are well matched to the information to be extracted significantly improve task performance? To exemplify our research questions, consider the four diagrams and suppose we wish to identify the truth of the information that nobody visited both India and Zambia. Diagrams A and B express this in a well-matched way, using non-overlapping circles, but diagrams A is entirely well matched to its semantics, whereas diagram B is not. The use of shading is not well matched to the information that nobody visited both Zambia and France. Diagrams C and D are not well matched to the information that nobody visited India and Zambia. They both express this using shading in the overlap between the corresponding circles. However, diagram C conveys other information as well in a well-matched way, whereas diagram D does not. The acronyms under the diagrams refer to treatment names specified in the paper. Our study found statistically significant differences with entirely well-matched diagrams performing the best in terms of accuracy and time. The other treatments were ranked as shown on the slide. It is notable that the NWM treatment, diagram D on the slide, performs significantly better than the NWA treatment, see diagram C on the slide. This suggests that well-matched meaning carriers are a distraction in Euler diagrams when trying to identify information from well-matched meaning carriers. The four linear diagrams shown here convey the same information as the Euler diagrams from the previous slide. Diagram A, nobody visited both India and Zambia, is expressed by non-overlapping lines. This is a well-matched meaning carrier. Likewise, diagram B uses non-overlapping lines for this information. However, unlike diagram A, it uses shading to express nobody visited France and Zambia. Diagram C and D are not well matched for the information that nobody visited both India and Zambia. They both express this using shading between the overlaps between the corresponding lines. However, diagram C conveys other information in a well-matched way, whereas diagram D does not. Our study found statistically significant differences, with entirely well-matched diagrams performing the best in terms of accuracy and time. The other treatments were ranked as shown on the slide. It is notable that, unlike Euler diagrams, the NWN treatment, diagram D on the slide, did not perform significantly better than the NWA treatment. See diagram C on the slide. The paper contains a discussion on why we have different rankings for these two types of diagrams. The empirical studies support the idea that well-matched meaning carriers are generally effective, but our results for Euler diagrams suggest that blending well-matched and non-well-matched meaning carriers should be done with caution. There is the potential for eye-tracking studies to reveal more about the distractive role played by non-well-matched meaning carriers in Euler diagrams and why they do not appear to be a distraction in linear diagrams. In addition, future studies would focus on a variety of tasks and notations. Thank you for watching, and please post up your comments and questions on the conference site.